at the beginning of the month, I did my first intro post for this month's book highlight, which is Dr. Jack and Other Tales, which is the first book I ever published. And I said I would say a little bit more about it in a later post, and I realised I haven't done that later post yet. Well, this is it. And basically, the main story is about Jack the Ripper. It's an alternate history version. As you know, we never really did find out who Jack the Ripper was, and I don't have any of the usual suspects or even the latest suspects that they have. I've created a new character, and he is a doctor of medicine. He's known to Viola Stewart, who's the main character in the entire series. It's her series. And he does research, and he is trying to do research to save the world, to look after people, but of course he is an anti-hero, so he takes a very dubious route, because the men in grey, who are the secret society antagonists in the book, in all my steampunk books actually, they are paying him quite a bit of money to do what he does, and he is doing favours to them while also doing experiments as well, and he's really not nice. So the story follows the general Jack the Ripper story. We're coming in at the second victim. Long Liz, we're coming in at that one there, and it follows on through to the end of the murders and the consequences for that. You do get the main character Viola's point of view, the good guy's point of view, and you also get Dr. Jack's point of view as well. For those who know the Jack the Ripper story fairly well, there are lots of Easter eggs in here, little tiny things like the final murder that was stacked in the fireplace. There's little tiny things. I had written a scene where Viola and Inspector Aberline sort of, I suppose, connect, and it was to do with clockwork toys, things he made that was in his office, and I couldn't remember why, and it turns out that in my research I'd done beforehand, I must have forgotten it, but it was in there that Inspector Aberline was actually a clockmaker before he became a policeman. So there's lots of little Easter eggs and stuff in there. So the first book in the Adventures of Viola Stewart is actually a couple of the short stories beforehand, but is mainly the story of Jack the Ripper and my version of, alternate history version of a different person he could have been, and maybe the reasonings behind it.